Hello again, everyone. Well, I've got a really thick head, nasty cold, bit of a cough, but hey ho, I will get better soon, I am sure. A bit of excitement on the horizon. I spotted a video on YouTube the other day with Andy Skinner, and he was just colouring some of his stamped images with his special Inkology inks and things, and I just loved them. And I saw that Indigo Blue were hosting a tutorial session next, well, two days of tutorials next March in Retford with Andy Skinner as the tutor, and I just had to book on the course. I just thought, you know, when I saw some of the ways he treated some of these images, they were just wonderful. So I'm very excited about that, looking forward to learning a lot. So I ordered just a few of these images, which came yesterday, and I thought I would just have a play today. I haven't got those inks, but often, I must confess, when you watch my videos, lots of people don't have the stuff that I've got, but you know, you may have something that you can use. So I'm going to see what I can use. In fact, what I'm going to try and paint this with is Distress Oxide inks. So we'll see. I thought I'd try this little chap. The sentiment says, nowhere to go but up, which I think is a wonderfully uplifting sentiment. On my stamp platform, I have taped down a piece of this watercolour paper. This is from the Flying Tiger. I don't know what it is all about. I don't know what weight it is. I don't know if it says. It's in all sorts of languages, but I don't understand. Anyway, it's fairly smooth, which is what I thought might be quite good for stamping. So just cut a piece, popped it into the stamp platform. So now we'll have a go at doing this. I'll do the sentiment later, maybe. I'm not quite sure where that's going to go. Oh, it's quite a bit bigger, isn't it, than that? Is my thing big enough? Hope so. Let's take off the backing. This is on a cling layer, so it should grip really well. And that's about parallel, so let's hope that's going to be okay. Looking at this, I was thinking it was going to be that size. I didn't even think about it, but it's quite a lot larger. Might make painting it a bit easier. Who knows? So I'm going to stamp it with VersaFine. So let's just do that first. Obviously not been stamped before, but rubber takes ink a lot more readily than polymer. So I'll just see how we go. I can see a bit there that I may need just to take off before we start. I don't want to get a line where there shouldn't be a line. It's this bit here I'm talking about, this bit there. Okay, I think the rest is okay. I'll try that. The joy of the stamping platform, of course, if I don't get a good enough impression the first time, I can always do it again. So, my little rubby roundy thing. There we go. I will do it again. You can see the pattern of the paper, can't you? The little dots. I think Andy Skinner used a fairly flat watercolour paper. I do have some somewhere, fairly flat, but I don't know quite where it is. Let's just see. My little scoochy thing is it's an alabaster tea light holder, and I just put a piece of felt on the bottom to make it slide over. It's really quite heavy, actually. So let's have a look at this. We've still got it. Just wondering whether to just leave it. I could always do I could go over it with some paint, couldn't I? Let me get some black soot out. Where's black soot? Here it is. I can do that as part of the deal. All right, I'll need a palette of some description, and you can use anything you like, really, but I've got bits of mylar here, which will probably do. So, for the boy, let me just try this. Some bit of black soot onto here. Messages. Let's just see. That's better, isn't it? You've got texture now without so much of the white. I suppose the answer to this one really is to use smooth paper. I'd like it a little better, but I'll carry on and see what we can do with it. So, I actually don't know what I'm doing, so what I intend doing is just putting some bits of colour for the sky, not complete, not, you know, covering all of the sky, just, you know, suggestions here and there. And the same for, I think he's sitting on, you know, those weathered posts like you get at the seaside. And over there, I think, is kind of the other side of the harbour, I think, and whether there's a bit of water, I can't quite work out what it is, but if I paint it wrong and it looks wrong, it might be might become clear what it's supposed to be. Anyway, we will see, but it's a lovely image, whatever. I am so looking forward to these couple of days in March. Absolutely. There we go. Okay, it's a bit more definite now. I'm going to get a larger brush now, and I'm going to try and do a bit of sky. So let's put some tumbled glass onto my mat. I'm going to put some water, quite a lot of water. I'm going to get a larger brush this time. This is one that I got when I was on a cruise, and often, this is on Cunard ships, when you're on a cruise, if there are a lot of sea days, then they need to have sort of activities to keep people occupied. So one of the things they do is watercolour classes, and I absolutely love them. There was this one lady from, I'm not sure if she was a Kiwi living in Australia or an Australia living in New Zealand, one of the two, and she was lovely. So helpful. I think that's kind of going to be enough just of that. So now, what do I want? I'll try and do the weathered posts, and I thought weathered wood would do for that. Here's weathered wood. Put a bit of that on my palette. Have a touch of water. See how we go. Rinse the brush out. I nearly bought some lovely brushes that kind of folded into their containers. The container was the kind of the handle, if you know what I mean. And I thought they were from Indigo Blue. She had them on sale. Well, not on sale. She was selling them, if you know what I mean. So that's a little bit too much. I'm going to take a bit of that away with a piece of paper towel. Let's just see. I might just go over the edges just a little. I'm not quite sure you know, what this is kind of all about, really. Okay. Now, I think I'll just move that over to one side in case I need any of those colours again. Just get another one of those. I've got quite a few different bits and bobs that will do for palettes. This is just a piece of kind of photographic background stuff that I've put through the laminator. So that's another one I can use. Let me just do his skin. I thought I would just use Tattered Rose for this. So there's a little bit on his hand and a little bit just around his face there. So let's have a go at this one. Here's his face. Get a bit of the neat stuff. I don't know whether that is what that is. Whether that's the sky or I don't know. Okay. Hair. I've got some brown somewhere. Here's a bit of ground espresso. Let's just do a bit of this. Just a bit too much on my brush. I'll probably need a smaller brush. I don't know the first thing about, you know, what to do and how. Never did fine art. Although, I I did get a place at art school when I was at school. The local art school wanted me to go there, but I went to teacher training college instead. Okay. There we go. Now a shirt. Shirt and blue. And I thought I'd do both of them blue. Let's start with chipped sapphire. Let's just do that. This is for the deepest part, the deepest colour, which is further away. The light looks like it's coming in from the right, which is useful because that's the side that I tend to always do it. Let's have a lighter one. I've got some prize ribbon here as well. Get a bit more water. This is actually fun, even if I don't know what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? Let's put some of the darker one down again. Now it's wet because it'll percolate through with the water already on there. I did learn a little bit about, you know, wet on dry and dry on wet and wet on wet and all this kind of carry on. Let's do the balloon. Let's get a bit more intense colour. Put a bit of deep stuff around here. This course is going to be, I have to say, it's going to be such fun. Now, I just don't know about this. I'm not quite sure what this is kind of all about. He looks like he's sitting on those pillars, doesn't he? And it looks like it's seaside because of those birds there. Let me just put a bit more colour. Oh, I've got this blue still here. A bit of colour through the birds. There we go. See, I don't know what this bit is here, whether that's just the traily bit of the, I think it might be the traily bit of the ribbon, of the thread. Well, you know, I don't think that's bad really. I just don't know whether to put colour over this bit here. I don't like this. I think I should have done wet on wet there and done wet the paper before I put the colour on. So hopefully next year when I've been on this course you'll see a great improvement. It's quite nice. I love the image. Absolutely love it. Bit of blues crept up there. Let's just get rid of that. There we go. I think I would leave this at that, and when it's dry, I will make it into a card. But isn't it fabulous? Don't you think it's a wonderful, wonderful image? I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Be interesting to try it on different substrate, wouldn't it? That was clever, wasn't it? Did you notice that? Substrate. Oh, big words. Yes. Just wondering whether to put some blue over where his trousers are, over the top of the black that I used. Do you know what I mean? A deeper brown. I'm going to leave it actually. So nowhere to go but up. That's what it says. Nowhere to go but up. I could go there. I'd have to do that in the platform, I think, because I think otherwise I wouldn't be able to go back over it. Because with this bumpy, I thought it was quite smooth, but obviously not. Let's move it that way a bit. And we'll try and stamp this. Hope I don't ruin it. I think it's level. Right. Nowhere to go but up. That's fine, as is. Really good, really very good quality stamps. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to take this off. When it's dry, I will fix it onto a card somehow. I was going to put deep sort of sea colour in there, but I just don't know how it goes. I just can't work it out. One of these days. So, I'll be back with a card to show you.